We're back at the shed and we've got the RF engine in the van which has safely made it back. We're just going to set up now to unload it and get it on a pallet so we can start stripping it down. Alan's here as well. Come over here, Alan.
Hello again.
Hello again.
Oh,
hello again.
We're back.
So Alan's here as well and we're going to lift it out. So hopefully we don't drop it on our toes.
It's going to hurt if we do.
We're wearing all the safety equipment now, so we're running.
Are we? Yeah, we are. Yeah.
You get in there, Alan.
Is this the proper handle?
It's the proper handle.
Is it?
Yeah. Just a bit slow.
Yeah.
That'll probably do you for now.
Really?
Right, I'll go in the van, move the engine forwards, because what we have to do now is unstrap this from in here. Right, just go back a bit. I have to lift this up without putting it to the point. Yeah. And then move it so we're right on the edge.
Yeah, right. Where's it attaching to?
No, it doesn't. Just go back with it. Right, tell me when I'm, just sticking out the doors. There we go. The engine's safely out the van. Now we're just going to try and work out how we get it on a pallet. But, I'm not sure how, but we'll get there. The engine is out the van. It's off the engine hoist, which was a bit of what can we call it, Alan?
Bit of a palaver.
Bit of a palaver.
Bit of a... Yeah.
Yeah, palaver.
Palaver, yeah.
But it's now on a pallet and blocks. But I think I'm going to lift it up and reposition it on blocks on the floor because I can't get the sump off at the moment the way it's sat. And then we can start the work on it, take the sump off and start working out the bits we need to start fixing it and getting it back together. So the engine's now on blocks on the floor, and we've got to get the sump off next and drain the flywheel. Then the fuel pump and the bits this end, the fan drive pulleys and everything need to come off from this end. We can then mark the end of the crankshaft gears up and make sure it's all aligned before we take the crank out so that we're in the right place for putting things back together. So the next job is take the sump off and drain the flywheel on.
Right, okay.
Probably been in there a long time, actually.
Yes, I think so. It looks a bit foul. I should get some old rags in.
Glyn's draining the flywheel oil. I've finally worked out that this is on a cam, not the worked it out in the end. Now I've just got to work out how to get the belts off. A little pin. Can I have a little screwdriver to make me box, please? Thank you. Just can't get it to the point where it wants to.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Can you hold that?
Yeah.
Probably because the camera was on.
Yeah,
It wasn't, it's just fine.
it would just fall off and there you go. There's a knack to it, isn't there? Okay, so sump next. So, this is the engine crankcase breather pipe. We've taken that off the top, and then most of the sump nuts are already undone because I took those off when the engine was in the bus and we were working out what the problem was. So there's only 3 or 4. Oh, there's one this end.
Yeah, that's it.
Did you get the bottom one?
Yeah, well, I got the one this side. Yeah.
One
That was
more.
one at the top.
That's it.
And the jars on the road now.
The two way.
Oh, the jars on the radiator.
Top. And then hopefully we won't lose it.
Yeah.
I might mark it some nuts.
Okay.
If you get that under the there we go.
Brilliant.
Okay, so that's the sump off the engine. We've now got a few oil pipes and things to take off, and then this bottom part of the crankcase can come off, which will allow us to get the other bits. We can then time the engine up, mount the gears on the end so we know where the new crank and everything goes back in, take the flywheel off, and then start undoing main bearing caps, get all the big ends undone, pistons out, heads off. Big jump, but we're on with it, and we're going to get the heads off next. So over to the other side of the engine. You can't quite see where it's broken very well in the light in here, so I'll have to get a torch and be able to show you better. So Glyn's just taking the rocker covers off, and then the rocker gear and push rods can come out, and the heads can come off. So the next stage is to take the rocker arms off, and I'll number up all the push rods. Okay, so that's the second set of rocker gear coming off. Well, I thought it was. one of those days today.
Oh, yes.
There you go. There we are. 2 sets of rocker gear, and there's a cable tie round number 1 so that they go back in the same place. Although they're the same, it's nice just to put everything back where it came from. I'll number up the push rods now in a piece of cardboard. If Clinton found a piece of cardboard we threw away.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Let that cool a minute, it's stinking hot, that must. Oh, Mike, it's great. Did you get the other one that fell? It's on that rack.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, put it there.
Put it there.
Let it cool off. I've taken the pipe off this end,
Yeah.
so you can. Do you want a mallet?
Yeah, just give it a bit of gentle persuasion. So now we're on with the cylinder head nut. Coming undone quite well. Although as soon as I've said that, they'll stop coming undone. Easier than doing them by hand.
Yeah.
Okay, we had a bit of difficulty getting the centre water jacket off because they're stuck on because they're aluminium magnesium casting, which doesn't like being on steel bolts for years and years and years. We've drilled the screws out and the bolts that hold it in. Or part of them, so we could get enough room to wiggle it and get it off. The heads are now ready to come off. RF heads have jacking bolts, so these nuts, as you see there, as we wind those up, that winds the head off towards us, up the studs. So hopefully in a second we'll have the first one of the heads up. Let's go to the end of there. Let's go to the end of there. So, without dropping it on the ground. I'm getting it stuck on there. I'm getting hold of this end, and he's getting hold of that end. I brought in the experts now, you see, because they're
Yeah, we don't know where they are.
No, they're faffing about with another job.
Yeah, don't know where the experts are. But we're waiting for them. When they turn up, it'll be alright.
Right, have you got the edge still? I thought you had the edge. Did he say he had the edge?
I said vaguely was what
You
I
said
actually
vaguely?
said. Yeah, well, I did vaguely did have it.
Very vaguely didn't.
Did it crash onto the floor and almighty bang?
Oh, no, look at that.
There you go.
Right, very good.
Somebody left stabbing implements in it, didn't help.
Don't get on with your own job.
I was, and you stopped me.
Head 1 is off, head 2 is coming off. The studs are a bit rusty, so it's taking a bit more wiggling. But nearly there. Just getting to the end of the wiggling. There we go.
And
But
what
to be honest,
kind of condition is that one in?
they don't look too bad. But we weren't really expecting anything up here. The water galleries are a bit blocked up, but we can clean them in before we put it back on. And we'll have a look at it, but we might have them skimmed anyway. Valves look nice, to be fair, so probably didn't want valves. But yeah, carry on. On to pistons out next, and then I'm going to take all the well, I might take the studs out first. Take the studs out so we can stand it on its end.
You're still smiling though.
Still smiling.
Still smiling.
Lots of nuts and bolts.
Not regretting taking this on yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
No, not yet. No, maybe later.
The words RF will be off limits for quite a while.
Yeah. Now what's happening here is Mr. Jones is taking the flywheel off.
Yeah.
We're just putting the lifting handle on,
That goes
which
there.
is a special LT tool. Wait, no.
Wrong hole.
That undoes.
I've never used one of these before.
No. That undoes. Yeah. It goes through one of them.
Oh, and that's clever.
That's clever.
What's this do then?
It holds this on. And then put a bolt in there.
Oh, one of the...
On your tape now.
Good point. Hopefully they're all the same size. Where am I? There.
That'll do. Yeah, it should be in that. No,
Finger tight?
is that doing it?
It is, slowly I think.
You sure?
They are all the same size, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, that'll do.
Just testing them I was.
That might be a blank hole one.
Eh? I took a bolt out of there. The bolts come out of all of them.
Found a nut. Alan's been sacked and Tim's removing the flywheel. There we go. Lovely.
Look at that.
Look at that. He's done that before, hasn't he?
He has.
He's done
bless
that
him.
before.
Poetry in motion, that was.
That's it. Well done, Tim.
Thanks. Job well done.
Taking these out and just being careful that we keep the shims in the right place. So they're all shimmed differently.
To those who are not mechanically trained, what are shims?
A shim is a very thin piece of metal that's used as a spacer, which will be to do with the way it's been machined at some point.
See, this channel is fun and educational at the same
It is,
time.
yeah.
The worn out shim.
Worn out bearing.
Bearing, yeah.
So that's the main bearing, and as you can see, one, it's incredibly scored, and two, it's worn right back to the copper. But they're going to end up being replaced anyway, because we probably won't. The crank that we find to go in won't be the same main bearing sizes as this one. But finding the bearings is the hard bit.
So we've got all of the bolts out of what is effectively the top half of the sump casing, which we need to remove to allow access to the number one main bearing cap, and obviously ultimately to allow us to remove the crankshaft out of the engine. That's on the dowel there, Glyn, so you'll have to wobble that. That's it.
And we're making it make it look really heavy.
Yeah, we're leaving that bit in what you just said, so you've knackered that up.
Oh, so heavy. Put it down flat, Glyn, because it's going to tip all over the floor. So.
What is that, aluminium?
Yeah, it's like aluminium, magnesium, composite. Right, so that bearing cap can come off now, can't it?
Yeah. Glyn, can you remember what, this needs to go the far end of all the others?
Obviously. Yeah.
We've got shims.
No, the shims come off with it, I think.
No, some have only got shims one side, some have got shims
that had a
both
shim this
sides.
side, certainly.
Which is funny, because you'd think if they'd skimmed the block, it wouldn't need shimming, would it?
Sorry.
Yeah, one crankshaft. Well,
Stick it your end down. Stand
half a
down.
crankshaft. To be made into a coffee table.
Let's just show the shear, where it's sheared off.
Or a lamp. We're about doing a lamp.
Yeah.
Sheer joy.
You know, with a wire up the middle for the dirt.
Right, well, it does make this
cracking
end.
joke.
To advertise it in country living.
hold on. There's another bit there, look.
800 quid for it.
Right.
Alan, are you shaking?
Are you ready?
I'm giggling. Yeah, go for
You
it.
don't need me to, do you?
Everybody on the screen will be.
Come on.
It's fine.
Yes,
Are we ready?
It's because of the
Yeah.
stupid jokes.
Okay.
Handy having it in 2 bits though.
Yeah.
Much easier. I think we'll get the other one like that.
Yeah.
If we get the other one into ours, Tim, it'd be much easier to fit.
Yeah.
That's worrying.
Tim, do you want to do that with them all?
That's what's broken the crank, do you reckon?
Why is it like that then, Tim? Is it just
Displaying
distorted?
that.
It's worn out, isn't it?
So that's been fractured probably for a very long time. As you can see, it's all dirty and oily and old. It's not all shiny and clean. Like this is clearly a clean brake that's new, and that's where it's obviously been hammering against itself. But that's been like that a long time, isn't it? You can see the way it's oil stained.
Yeah.
So that's the original brake, isn't it? That started it. And I bet that bit is missing.
Well, Steve Fennell's got a little piece.
That probably is that then.
That's
That's,
probably that
where it
bit,
started then, isn't it? So that's been like that probably a long time, I'd say. Probably could be, years and years and years, potentially.
Yeah. So now it's gone there.
Yeah.
Well, the crankshaft's out of the engine. I can get this measured up now and see if it's the same as the one one of my friends has found for us. We'll get that checked out. If not, we'll have to start looking elsewhere. And start looking for main and big end bearings, and start on with the cleaning of all the parts, all the caps, all the rest of the engine, getting all the studs and everything cleaned up, new gaskets made, to start putting things back together. But that will all be in the next episode. Thanks for watching the strip down of the engine. I hope you've enjoyed it. Yeah, more coming when we start putting it back together. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed it, give us a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and catch you soon. Thanks a lot. Cheers.